Hey everybody, so today I'm here to do my August favorites. You guys are seeing this a little bit late because I'm actually filming this on September 6th and you won't see it for a little while longer. But we did have some really important favorites for the past couple months, so I figured I'd still put it up for you guys. Plus, I like doing these to kind of share with you guys the new products that I find and I've been using and stuff like that. And if you pay attention to my Amazon shop store, then you'll probably know when I like a new product because I'll just throw stuff in there sometimes. But I have stuff for myself, for each of the girls, and then for both the girls. And there's actually one favorite this month that all of us have been loving. So I'll mention that one as well. But I'm just going to get started with my things because mine are actually really simple this month and really quick, quite honestly. But the very first thing is this planner. I got it off of Amazon. I'm gonna try and link everything that I can down below for you guys, but I got this off of Amazon because I kept trying to remind myself while I was in the store to get a planner and I couldn't find one that I liked. And I'm not a huge fan of like the marble thing, but it had what I was looking for. So just to kind of give you a glimpse, like, this is what a whole month looks like. And then as far as the week goes, this is what it looks like. And it has a whole bunch of extra stuff in the front, you know, a place to put your name and your phone number and stuff if it gets lost. There's like a notes section, a weekly template. I don't even know what that means. I think there was even, yeah, like lists, different stuff you can make. And there was also room for like addresses and birthdays, like even important dates for next year. Each day just has a lot of room to put whatever you might need, and I like that. I write fairly large, so little planners I can't really deal with, but this is also small enough to fit in my bag. I've had Erin Condren planners in the past and I absolutely love them. I just wish they would make it in a smaller size because with the girls, especially Sophie being in school, having doctor's appointments, doing extracurricular activities, us having our own stuff going on with YouTube and every other thing that we are doing, I need something that's constantly in my diaper bag or my purse, and I don't feel like bringing a huge Erin Condren planner everywhere I go. I just can't do it. I try to do it when I carried my Be Prepared when the girls were both like really young, but I just couldn't do it. It was too much. It added way too much bulk. So I was really happy with this. I think this was only like $12-15, something like that, after tax and everything. And you know, we're Prime members, so I get free 2-day shipping and I'm very happy with it. And then my next favorite is something that I've owned for literally, I probably have had this brush for like years at this point, but it's something that I went without for like a week and then I was like, this needs to be mentioned because I love it so much. Remembering when I finally got my hands back on it, how much I do love it. But it is the Professional Wet Brush Paddle Brush. Now, this is a used brush. Like I said, I've had it for years, so it doesn't look perfect. It doesn't look beautiful. But the wet brushes that everybody raves about, the ones that I use for my own girls' hair, they're awesome. You know, I use them in the salon a lot. They do really good for people who have tangly hair. It's very gentle, but it also gets the knots out. Love them, can't say enough good things about them. But the regular wet brushes, like the ones you can just buy in any store pretty much anymore, they're not strong enough for my hair. I always felt like I was pulling the little bristles out, or they were bending, they were warping. It just didn't feel sturdy enough to get through all of this mess. And that's when they came out with this professional line, but I don't really think it's just for professionals because I'm pretty sure I saw this on Amazon, and I will link it if I can find it. It just might be a little bit more expensive than what I paid for it. This was like $9, but it's probably more expensive on Amazon because I buy my hair stuff at a pro store. But this by far and away is amazing. If you have thick hair that tangles like mine does, whether it's from just naturally or like when I curl my hair, it gets to be a hot mess back here. So I need something really strong. And this is a thick brush. It's nice. It's well made. I can't say enough good things about it. And you can see, like I said, I've had this for years and none of my bristles are out. They aren't bending or anything. I just think a little better quality than the typical wet brushes, although I love the wet brush, like the normal ones for my girls' hair. You know, it does just fine with kids' hair. But if you're looking for something a little bit more sturdy, this is a good brush to have. I lost it for like a week and I had to go back to using the girls' hairbrushes, and it took twice as long. I felt like I was ruining their brush and stuff like that, so I was really glad when I got my hands back on it. And the last favorite for me is my Ava bracelet. Now, I just did a review on this. You guys will see this. It'll be a week ago, so I will link that if you haven't seen it. But this is something I've used every day for the past month of August. Yes, August. I had to think what month we're in now, and I'm still using it in September. And if you watch that review, you know why I'm mentioning it now. The trying to conceive journey has had a lot of different emotions, but as of lately I've just been feeling like kind of exhausted by it all, and I've wanted to kind of take a step back, be more laid back about it, you know, less testing, obsessing over lines and tracking a whole bunch of stuff. And like I said in that review, this does a lot of the heavy lifting for me. I can wear this every night. I don't have to look at the results even when I sync it to my phone, so I can still track stuff. And when I feel like whatever month I might be feeling a little bit more energetic, a little bit more wholehearted in this, you know, it's like I can then turn to all the information it's been taking track of and been keeping for me, and I didn't skip a beat. But like myself, my mental and emotional health was able to. So that's the reason why I also wanted to mention it in the favorites, because it's just kind of been an eye-opener for me. In the month of August, we tried really hard. Like both Mark and I feel like we gave our all into September, and I think we were both really convinced it was going to turn out differently than what it did. Unfortunately, we are not pregnant, as you guys are seeing this video, but I'm really happy that I have this, because I can continue to track stuff but not have to be like all involved in it, because I think September is going to be the first month where we do actually chill out. I wouldn't say it's necessarily taking a break, but it's probably very close to that. So the next favorites that I wanted to mention are Sophie's favorites. And the first thing is Play Silks. Now, we have two of them. We got them for Christmas last year, and I really haven't mentioned them since, I don't think. And quite honestly, I think it's because it's a toy that even I just kind of like overlook sometimes. But it's very open-ended. If you don't know what they are literally silks that are huge. I'm trying to show you one, but there's just a lot to it. So this is Rummy's. I mean, they both use them interchangeably, but this is the one we gave Rummy and this one's the one we gave Sophie, so they tend to stick with those, but it doesn't really matter. But this is what one entirely unraveled looks like. But Sophie loves making knots. I don't know what it is, but if you have a shoelace, if you got anything around this kid that can be tied in a knot, she's gonna do it. So these have been amazing, because this is what she does to them. I wanted to show you guys, but like she just sits here and she'll just keep making knot after knot after knot with this, and then I'll just undo them for her and she can start all over again. They use these as capes, as picnic blankets, as you name it, whatever. But Sophie has particularly been very obsessed with hers, and like I said, she's been making knots in them and just doing a ton of stuff. I just feel like every morning I see Sophie playing with the Play Silks, and I want to mention them. And they are a little expensive, you know, they were $20 a piece, which is why they got them for Christmas, but they've held up really well. They're well made, and like I said, the girls do so much with them. They're not stealing my kitchen towels anymore or towels out of the laundry anymore. They're playing with these, and quite honestly, I want to get them a couple more colors, because they are super creative with these and they are open-ended, and just by far and away like an underrated toy, but something my kids get like the most joy out of. And then the next favorite for Sophie is puzzles. Now, I'm not going to be able to link you to these ones because I got all of these from the Dollar Tree. If you did not know, Dollar Tree has an excellent range of puzzles. Some are better than others. All of them are not super amazing quality, but if you have a small child, you'll know that doesn't really matter. You're just trying to get things, and you know, they'd end up getting destroyed anyways. But the very first one we ever got her was this one in a tin that is Doc McStuffins, 24 pieces. It shows a full picture on the back, but we had this for a really long time. I haven't really seen the tin ones around me, in quite some time. I haven't seen them in a store, but I got this back when she was obsessed with Dark stuff, and so I don't know, maybe they just don't make these ones anymore. But recently, since she mastered that one, I mean, like within a few days, she had that one down, and we were really surprised because she's never done 24 pieces before. But I think it's easy when it's something that they can put together, like, you know, the little characters. She knows what Doc looks like, she knows what Hallie and Lammy and all of them look like. So if you give them characters that they know how to put together, I feel like that might be a little bit easier on them. With her mastering that one, I went back and I got some of these 24 pieces. This is a Minnie Mouse and Daisy. This is what the full picture looks like on the back, and they're in resealable bags. And then I also got PJ Masks. She loves that show. And they have literally never seen an episode of Shimmer and Shine, but I gave them a coloring book of Shimmer and Shine, and now they're obsessed with it. So I got them Shimmer and Shine ones as well. Now I'm saying them because I also, if you can see, I got 2 Shimmer and Shine, and then I also got 2 an even number here, because Remy does do them. Obviously a lot of help from either Mark and I, but nonetheless, if her sister's doing one, she wants to do one, so I want to make sure we had an even number. And then I also grabbed this Elena one. It has 4 12-piece puzzles in here, and the girls have a lot of fun with this. I think they've only seen a handful of episodes of Elena, but again, they really like her. So, you know, I just think it's easy when it's the characters. They know what they look like. They can kind of put them together, especially when they have the pictures of the completed puzzle to look at. So I got all of these from the Dollar Tree, and they're all just $1. So if you are looking for puzzles, I would recommend it. Like I said, some are better than others, but I mean, they're just $1, so not that big of a deal. But puzzles by far and away is a huge favorite of Sophie's. And then Sophie's last favorite are these Hape blocks. I don't know if anybody's gonna remember this, but I think it was a couple years ago now. Was it? Or was it last year? I can't remember. Maybe one of you guys can tell me, but I think it was 2 years ago now. I believe it was Santa who brought them a block set. I think it might have been Remy's first Christmas, actually. But these are just all Hape wooden blocks. There's a bunch of different sizes and different things going on in here. You know, you got the cylinders and like these little guys and a whole bunch of them. But I found this at TJ Maxx because Hape blocks can be pretty expensive. I will link it on Amazon, but check around the holiday time at a TJ Maxx, because I believe I got this set of, you'd have to watch the Christmas haul to know the count exactly, but I want to say it was something like 60 or 90, like pretty significant, and it was only about $15. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. You know, Hape is one of those companies that's really conscious about what the toys are made of and what things they use on those toys and stuff like that. So that's the reason why I went with Hape, and they have withstood teething toddlers, teething baby, and everything, and the girls really love them now. I would say not so much for younger kids because they're not as sturdy, you know, whether you're playing with Legos or Mega Blocks or mag formers or any of the magnetic ones or stuff like that. Those hold together a lot better than just these loose wooden blocks. I mean, the girls have played with them here and there, but honestly, when they were younger, they just made a bigger mess than anything. Now they actually build stuff with them because they know how to balance things and they know how to build things. They know you can't really like shift things around without bringing something down. You know, they've kind of learned the rules of the wooden blocks, but now that they have, Sophie's obsessed with these. I've honestly been thinking about maybe putting in a word to Santa, seeing if they can't bring them more. I don't know, we'll just have to see, but she really loves it, and we just put it in this IKEA bin so it's easier for the kids to put away. But yeah, definitely check out your TJ Maxx if you want some Hape blocks. Quite honestly, I feel like my TJ Maxx is already getting a ton of different toys and stuff for the holiday season, so whether you're looking for dolls or actually that Fisher-Price Disney Princess Castle that we have for the girls, that was there too, and I believe it was only like $25 or something like that, so a pretty good deal. But that is everything for Sophie's favorites, and now I'm going to move on to Remy's. And the first Remy favorite I know has been in quite a few favorite videos, I believe, in quite a few toy videos as well, but that is the Buckle Backpack. I will never get sick of saying this toy. It is amazing. If you haven't heard me talk about it before, I'll give you the rundown. But basically there's a whole bunch of buckles on the side of the bag. As you can see, there's lots of different ones, and you just undo these, and then your kid can go ahead and do them up. Now with Sophie, she knows how to completely do these and undo them as well, but with Remy, she only knows how to do some of them, and the ones like these need a lot of strength behind them, so she can't do those quite yet, but she gets one every once in a while. And I got this backpack because they have different versions. They have like more just pillow ones and stuff. I got this specific backpack because it could do a lot of different things. It had the most buckles on it, and it also has a zipper, Velcro. They can use this as an actual backpack too when they play. My girls love to stuff it full of books constantly, but this is a really cute toy. It's something that my girls sit down with time and time again, and will just sit here and do the buckles constantly. Remy specifically has just taken a liking to it because I feel like she's finally at that age where she wants to do things with her hands and put things together, kind of like, you know, latch boards, different stuff like that. She's just very much getting into that age group, and this buckle backpack has been amazing. So I know that he's been a frequent flyer in a whole bunch of videos of mine, but honestly, if you're looking for like a $30 toy for a kid that's between the ages of like 1.5 and 5, I would say this, hands down, can't go wrong with. And then the next from me favorite is something that's just so bittersweet. So we have decided to not move the girls in together quite yet. To be quite frank with you, it was a lot because we thought at this point it would be necessary. We thought by this time I would either be heavily pregnant or we'd already have a kid, and we thought that we would have to kind of move them in together, and we don't have to because we're not currently pregnant and we do not have another child yet. So that, combined with the fact that they've been fighting a lot lately, we've decided to hold off until maybe they can both better understand what's going on. There's just a lot of bickering, a lot of not keeping hands to themselves right now, so we're not comfortable moving them in together quite yet. I'm sure that's never going to go away. I had a sister who I fought with like literally until I was like a teenager. We don't fight too much anymore though, so I know it's never gonna fully go away, but still it just doesn't feel right now, so we're gonna hold off on it. But with that being said, Remy really needed a pillow and a real blanket because she was still using mostly baby stuff. We went ahead, got them pillows and sheets and stuff like that, but I got her a big girl blanket and she is obsessed with it. But this is from like the Disney bedding line at Target. They had a whole line that was like kind of around the Disney princesses, and this is just a fleece blanket, and it has Rapunzel on it, so it says always dreaming up top, and then there's like kind of an illustration of Rapunzel, and it's got a whole bunch of gold. I don't even know what you would really call that, but like, I don't even know, because it's been in the wash quite a few times. It does not come off, so you really can't call it glitter. But you know, there's pastel up here, there's the sun over here. I don't know if you can see that one, but it's just got a lot of Rapunzel themed stuff, and Remy really likes Rapunzel. She honestly loves all of the princesses. She is a very girly girl and she loves dressing up, so when she saw this big pink Rapunzel blanket, she literally lost it. She loves this thing to death. She's a big blanket girl, you know, she loves being covered up, and like I said, Remy will get in her bed and she's ready to go to sleep. She'll be asleep within like 30 seconds of leaving her room. But she was so excited, and this was about, I think, $16, and I paid the $5 shipping, and honestly, it's worth every penny. It's not super thick, it's kind of thinner, but that's all right because, you know, we can alternate the temperature of her room. It's not the biggest deal for them to have a super thick blanket or anything. I just really wanted something that was long enough for her and something that she could still grow into, and this thing is pretty huge. And then the last favorite for Remy is princess dress up. So like I said, she's obsessed with dressing up. I put at least one dress on her a day, if not more, and we have these baskets full because Sophie quickly went through this stage. She doesn't really dress up anymore. I think Sophie's kind of getting away from the princesses. I just don't think it's her thing anymore, which is fine, but we have tons of costumes to accommodate Remy. So we've got the Rapunzel wedding dress, We've got Jasmine, which was what Sophie was for Halloween last year, and Remy was Raja. But we've got the Pocahontas dress, we've got Rapunzel's regular dress, we've got Tiana. This needs to be at the top because Tiana's a favorite. Belle, this was Sophie's favorite, and we had to get rid of our Merida one because it was ripping so bad they couldn't even put it on anymore. But all we're missing basically is Merida and Mulan and Moana, but which is like some of their favorites, so kind of need to get on that. But we have those along with a ton of like shoes and accessories as well. We've got Anna shoes, Elsa shoes, Rapunzel shoes, Belle shoes. I'm not kidding you when I say these are all over my floor constantly. Constantly. These are like shrapnel in my house. They're all over the place. You will trip on them endlessly, but Remy loves them. She always has a pair of shoes with her dress, and she normally puts on this hat that her sister got from the Pittsburgh Zoo. It's a sight to see, but she loves it. She loves dressing up and pretending to be a princess. I know a lot of those costumes came from this time of year, from like Halloween costumes at Walmart, because I believe that Disney princess dresses are only like $10 or $15, and if you wait until Halloween's over, they'll drop that down even more. You just have to be quick about it because a lot of people buy those up for that purpose. They don't last super long. They're not the best quality, but if you go to Disney, they're like $45, which I'm sure maybe they last a little bit longer, but it doesn't really matter. But I did want to mention it because Remy, I think day by day increasingly gets interested in princesses. But that's everything for her, and now I'm just going to move on to the shared favorites. So the first two things are outdoorsy. Now in the Midwest, it is finally starting to cool off. Thank you. Weather-wise, however, I know other parts of the country and other places around the world, I'm sure it's probably still a little warm for you guys, so I'm going to still mention it anyways. But the first shared favorite is their pole. I'm going to insert a picture right here because obviously I can't show you guys, but this is the pole that Sophie got for her birthday. No, I'm sorry, Remy got for her birthday, and it was only around $35, so not expensive whatsoever. It is huge. It's huge. It's got like a back pole and a front pole, and it has a slide between the two. It's a lot. You're gonna want some kind of air compressor to blow this thing up because, you know, a bike pump or a ball pump or even just your own mouth is not gonna do it. Trust me, my husband tried. But this thing is amazing. It really is. Now, I'm gonna do my best to link you to that one, but I've seen they have different versions. Our neighbor actually has like a candy version, and I think they also came out with some kind of like, I think a more boyish version as well. So I'll just try to link you to whatever, but they had a lot of good reviews on Amazon, so I just put it on her wish list, and it's been amazing. I have zero complaints about it. It's a huge pull. It's really nice, and I recommend it. And then the next favorite is their water table. Again, I'm going to put a picture right here. Last year, the water table got ruined thanks to a storm, so we had to get a new one, and this is the one that Remy got for her birthday, and I love this one. I felt like water tables are kind of like lame, honestly. Like, there's not a whole bunch to them, and I don't think there necessarily has to be like a ton of toys or anything, but there's just a lot to keep their interest, to interact with the water other than just splashing. But this one, I felt like you can put water in the top and it sprinkles down, and there's different mechanisms you can put on the side to make the water fall down. Sorry, there's a fly in my face. But it's got a lot of different stuff you can actually do to play with the water, and I thought that was really kind of cool. And I believe this was around $70, which is a bit expensive for a water table, but my girls have loved this. Like, it is seriously one of the best toys that we've had this summer, and they love it through and through. And then one shared favorite that I can't actually show you guys is their hair conditioner. This is the little Twig detangling conditioner, and I have the fragrance free kind. They have different scents, but I just want fragrance free because Remy does have eczema, so I tend to try and get that when I can. And again, it just has some good stuff in it. I'll let you read the back label here, and I will of course link it, but I went with this one because it had a ton of good reviews. And guys, this is amazing. This is the shared favorite that all of us love because this is the conditioner that I've been using on my hair after I get out of the shower, and it's so good. So good. So I watered this down, put it in a water bottle, and it works amazingly as a detangler too. They don't have a detangler that they sell, otherwise I would just buy it, but that works as well. Just watering down your conditioner, just make sure it's watered down a good bit. But this is just awesome. I don't know what else to say about it. We don't rinse it out of the girls' hair, we just put a little bit in, and then it just makes brushing their hair so easy, like incredibly. They can have the biggest rat's nest in the back of their head. You put this in there after the shower, you use a wet brush, that thing comes out like butter. That conditioner has just been everything that I've been looking for the girls, and when it works so well for them and I put it on my own hair, I could see actual results that it works really, really well. And then lastly, I did want to quickly tell you guys about different movies that we've seen and that we were liking. And for the girls, it was Storks. We had a movie night that we watched a movie in their room. They got to spend the night with each other and they got to pick the movie. And Sophie picked Storks, and it was a very emotional movie at the end for myself, but they love it. I've said it before, I've said it a lot of times, but the girls are obsessed with babies. They constantly ask for us to have a baby and stuff like that. So they loved the Storks movie. I thought it was a really cute movie, and the ending is just, it's gonna break your heart a million times over. It's so cute. I don't know. The girls just love it, and they loved it so much, and they kept asking to rewatch it that we actually just bought it on Amazon. So I'm gonna link you to Amazon. I don't know if I can do that actually. I don't know, I guess we'll see. But just in case you don't know what I'm talking about, because it is a kids movie, I didn't even know that it was a thing. But I think it only came out like last year or the year before, in 2016, I'm not really sure. But cute movie nonetheless. And then as for myself and Mark, I did want to mention some favorite movies. So the ones that we've watched for the past couple months and we have absolutely loved are Quiet Place. I'll watch anything with John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, legitimately. Black Panther, Deadpool 2, and Hereditary. All of those, so good. Quiet Place we went and saw for my birthday, I believe, and then with Black Panther we just watched that one weekend, and quite frankly I watched Black Panther. Mark didn't because he fell asleep, but I thought it was an amazing movie. And with Deadpool 2, I'm pretty sure we saw that for our anniversary, and if you like the first Deadpool, you're gonna like the second one. We absolutely loved it. I'll again watch anything with Ryan Reynolds in it. And then with Hereditary, we actually just watched that last night, rented that off of Vudu. It's not at all what you think it is, like based off of the trailers. It's not. We thought it was going to be about the little girl just being weird the whole time and maybe her, you know, killing her family or whatever it might be, you know, a scary movie. But it was not. It was nothing like what you think it is. And quite honestly, like, I just kept looking at Mark and being like, I am shooketh the whole time. I was just like, what is going on? I'm so disturbed. Like, so many things just like come out of nowhere and you're like, this is so weird and so freaky. And I think I've had the biggest jump scare ever out of my entire time in my life watching scary movies come from that movie, because I was like so into my own thoughts trying to figure something out, and something happened when the mom is in the car and I literally jumped off the couch and I screamed afterwards, and we laughed so hard about it. But it was a really freaky movie, really freaky. All I'm gonna say is that we have vaulted ceilings in a certain area of our living room, and I'm not coming out into this living room at night by myself for at least a month. That's all I'm gonna say about it. All I'm gonna say. But those were all really good movies. I feel like we've just been watching a ton lately. If you guys have any more movie recommendations, leave them down below, because I like this kick that we've been on, watching a whole bunch of different ones. Me personally, I love horror movies. I love them. They're my favorite genre. But that is everything for our August favorites. Let me know if you have any comments down below. I'll do my best to answer them, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.